What is going on, everybody? I am back. I've taken a little bit of time off. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do in life. So, my new thing for this channel is Pokemon cards. So, today we're going to be opening 3 packs of Pokemon cards tonight. And I have the Scarlet Violet Paradox Rift. That's what we're going to be opening tonight. I got 3 of them. Originally released right around the end of 2023. They focus a lot on all kinds of artwork. We got most likely some pretty cool stuff coming, hopefully. And we've got ancients, we've got futures, we've got EXs maybe. That might be cool. Um, but let's see what we got. And then after we open them, we're going to put them in the computer and we're going to see how much they're worth. So come along, let's see what happens. Alright, so we got our first one here. This is what it looks like. Okay, very, very basic, very basic. Let's see what we got. Of course, I'm going to struggle opening this now. See what happens. Oh, we got the front ripped, and we start with an Aipom. Start with an Aipom. Right through there, you can see them. So, booster packs, if you don't know, and any collectors that want to get into collecting, they come with these TGC live cards, and you can use them on your computer to unlock the pack that you opened. And you can play it against other people that play the game online. I know there's a lot of people that play it. I want to get myself into it, and maybe we'll record it and see what happens down the line. But at the very least, we're starting with some Pokemon cards tonight. So, booster pack. Okay, we already know we got an Aipom. Here's the Aipom. Okay, not terrible. Not terrible. We have a Galvantula. Not bad, not bad. I remember having these when I was younger, and I especially had this one specifically. And the fact that I've already seen it turn up in another one of these booster packs is kind of a little nostalgic. So, Mantike, not bad, not bad. Okay, still in normal. Pansage. Simisear, not bad. I'm usually more towards the fire types. I like to think that's what I am if I was a Pokemon. Crobat, not bad. Roark. So you might get a supporter, you might get a trainer, but you at least get something in there. So it's definitely could be worth a little bit of money for us. So this is a reverse holofoil. I'm not even going to attempt to say that. Something a little bit different. So what I normally do is I put all of my foils in sleeves, at least just to protect them, just in case that they're worth something. So I have our sleeves right here, and we need three sleeves, and we just pop them in, just so that they're protected. Okay, we got one of these. This appears to be a reverse as well. Okay. And a regular holofoil. So not bad, not a bad pull. I will say this. Sometimes you get really good ones, sometimes you don't. And the ones you get that are really good, you think that are really good, and then you look at it and then they're not really worth all that much. So we'll see on our app how much these actually go for. And then, as usual, we get an energy as well. This one, we got a fighting energy. So with that, let's open the next one. Put our foils I usually like to separate my regular cards, the energies that I get, the supporter or trainer, and then my normal cards, all in separate piles. So let's get our second one here. Here's our second one. Of course, as usual, I stink at opening these. Trying not to give it away to myself as well as the nice people following along at home. Okay. So in this one we have another code card. Okay, nice and easy. We'll add that to our live set. And we start with a couple of good ones. Relatively anyway. Okay. A Remoraid. I remember I had a Chinese version of this card. And the first time I saw it, because it's been so long since I've been into Pokemon cards, a few of my friends have gotten me back into it. But I saw this card, and it, the first time I saw it, I had no clue what it was. I was looking it up, doing it the long way, looking on the official website, and all of that kind of stuff, trying to find, like, even just the artist of, like, what this was. It didn't realize to me that I could just look up the card number. A little bit of badly on that. So there's our final normal card. We got Zebstrika. Not bad, not bad. And then we got our foils. Well, we got a Dark Energy. I always like the look of the Dark Energies. I just think they look great. We actually got 2 reverse foils and a regular foil again. So we got our regular foil is Chiwu. Our first reverse foil is Deoxys. And our second reverse foil is Seadra. Okay, and as usual, we're going to go and we're going to put our cards into our sleeves. Okay. And we got one more pack to open. So this one, here's what this one looks like. Okay. And 3 for 3, I'm having trouble opening them. And we start with our TCG card. Put that in a pile over here. I usually like to pull the energy. We got a Grass Energy. And let's see what we got. Alright, Mifu. I have a lot of these actually. These first two I have a lot of. Gible, big fan of Gible. Panpour. Trainer. We didn't get a trainer in the last pack, so that one's a little bit different. But we got 2 trainers in this one. A support item. And a Ambipom. Okay. So our foils, our Onyx. Okay, not bad. We have a reverse foil that is a counter catcher. I have a few of these that are pretty decent. And one that I have not seen before. So with that, I'm going to take you over to getting all of these into our system after I put put these in our sleeves. So you guys can join me in a minute.
So what I normally like to do next is I like to sort out how I'm going to put these in. And usually I start with the energies, so because the energies are relatively easy. You just go in and you just match the picture. And then we go and do the trainers I usually do next. And then I do all of the normal cards. And we can sort those out. And then I do all of the specials because I make myself feel special afterwards. So, anyways, we are going to go through and do our redeeming. And I'm going to show you what that looks like as well. Okay. So, as usual, we start with our energies. And we have 3 energies for these. So, what we do is you can either choose the number that's at the bottom here. Sometimes that makes it a little bit easier. Or you can just match the picture. Matching the picture to them. And this is Collector. Now, Collector is what I use for keeping all of my card inventory. So, we have a number 1 basic grass, and that's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Just do a quick add, and it's there for you, and it adds it into your portfolio total. So now we have a dark energy. We go over to our dark energy, which is number 7, and we add 1 to that. And then we have a fighting, which is right next to it, ironically. And we add it to that. And just like that, our energies are done. So, this is Paradox Rift. And Paradox Rift has all of these cards in it. Obviously, there's different variations on each one. There could be all kinds of options, and we'll go through them as well. But our next ones that we are going to add to our collection are our trainers or our support. So we are going to go down to the bottom, and we're going to go to 173. So 173 is the one that we have right here. It's the same one, and we just hit normal because it's not a reverse foil. Reverse foil would have a special design and it would look very shiny. But we hit normal. It's worth about 10 cents right now. So there we go. Our next one is Snorlax. And our Snorlax doll is 175, which is right here. And we go and we hit normal again. And I fucked this up.